Joseph. Okay, and I started this yoga about 6 years ago. And is it okay if we sit? Maybe we cross our legs and sit on the floor. Very important. Yeah, so we don't have to stand the whole time. This is how we like to sit all day. Okay, so I started this yoga about 6 years ago, and the physical ability you see, I think he's still shocked from our yoga demonstration. Well, the physical ability that you see within both of us, you see us standing on our hands, you see us putting our feet behind our head and doing back bends, like, wow. It's not always been there. We had to work really, really, really hard to get to this point. 6 years ago, before I started, I suffered a lot. I was very weak and very sick, depressed. When I was 8 years old, you guys are older than that, right? Yeah, okay. When I was 8 years old, okay, I'm sorry. You're like 12, 13, right? Yeah. When I was 8 years old, I was diagnosed with a joint condition. Maybe you've heard of this. It's called rheumatoid arthritis. Yeah, maybe some of your parents have that, or you know some people who have this condition. It's a really tough condition. Your joints, like your elbows, your knees, your hips, even your ankles and shoulders, they swell up. And your range of motion is very limited. I used to be only able to bend my knee this much. And I was on a lot of medication, and I was on different types of things. My knees would swell up to like the size of a big grapefruit. It was just really bad. And so I really suffered as a kid because it was very unfair for me to have this condition, and I wasn't even allowed to go to gym class or go to PE or play, football or baseball or nothing like this. And I have a twin brother, and my twin brother, all-star athlete. He played every sport out there. And I was pretty envious of this, but I was like, well, this is my life. I take my medicine, I get used to it. Well, when I was 11 years old, your age, I had surgeries on both my knees. And throughout my whole junior high, 7th, 8th grade, I was the kid on crutches. And it was really tough for me because being the kid on crutches, I couldn't do anything. I was always like the last, whenever the kids in my class would get together and we're like, oh, we're gonna go play basketball outside. I would sit there and be like, man, I wish I can go out there and play basketball. I wish I can go do this, I wish I can go do that. And it was a very tough time for me in that time. So I was on a lot of medication, and by the time I was 13, anybody in here 13 years old? Okay, yeah, hey, wow, lots of you, 8th graders, right? All right, when I was 13 years old, right after my 8th grade year, right before high school, I had a heart attack. Yeah, I had basically, my heart and lungs, they were not connected together. The little artery, it's like a tube. Think of a tube that connects your heart to your lungs, right? When you pump your blood, when your heart pumps blood, it also gets oxygen from the lungs. It oxygenates your blood, it goes through your body, it makes you strong, gives you energy. You wouldn't be able to live without this. Well, that connection from my heart to my lungs was gone. And that really hit me hard. And there's many reasons why this could have happened. It could have been, something congenital, something I've had since I was a baby, or it could have been all the medication I was on, which that's what I believe. It was all the medication I was on. So again, arthritis, knee surgery, heart attack, all before I was a freshman in high school. I went through more than some of your teachers ever went through by your age. Can you believe that? So I went to high school, wasn't allowed to do anything, depressed because, of course the girls didn't like me because I wasn't athletic. And I gained tons of weight, gained so much weight. So I lived like this, and I thought, well, this is how my life is gonna be. I'm on 5 different types of medication. I'm not gonna be able to ever be or look like my twin brother or, be as strong and athletic and charming as him. So I kind of gave up. And it was a very tough time for me throughout junior high and high school especially. That was the toughest time. You guys are in this. And maybe you can relate. Some of you, maybe you're not as sick as me or as I was, but maybe there's something. Maybe you have a broken arm or broken knee, or maybe you just feel like the one person who nobody likes, or the unpopular one, And I went through all of this at your age. So I found yoga, right? This is how it begins. I was 19 years old, I was out of high school, and I was looking to change my life. I was like, okay, I'm out of high school. Those were tough years, very awkward, but I'm gonna let you know, once you graduate high school, it's behind you. Remember that, okay? So when you're in high school, I know some of you are about to go there next year, don't take too much pressure, okay? It's not your life forever. After 4 years, it's done, you know? Same thing with like middle school. So I was looking to change my life, and I tried different things like weightlifting, that hurt so bad. I tried running, oh, my knees, so bad. I even tried like martial arts, and you know, nothing was working for me. Well, you know, like some of you young guys here, I met a girl. And she said, hey, I do yoga. And I said, oh, hey, I want to do yoga too. So I went to this place called Bikram Yoga. Have you heard of Bikram Yoga? Yeah, some of you have. Have you heard of hot yoga? Okay. It's yoga that's done in a room that's 105 degrees. Can you believe this? Okay, 90-minute, it's an hour-and-a-half class. Okay, so I go to this class, and you know, I'm gonna try to do my best because you know, I'm a pretty young lady. I'm trying to impress. And I was like, what's wrong? Why are the heaters on? Why is the air conditioning broken? It hurts so bad. But you know, so I made it through my first class. I remember a little bit. I blacked most of it out because it was, you know, kind of hard. And that night, for the first time in 19 years of my life, I had no pain. I could sleep. I woke up, no pain. I was thinking, oh my God, what happened? Maybe my medication is finally working. So I just kept going back to this yoga, hanging out with my good friend, who we became good friends after that. You know, kept going to yoga, and I kept noticing, wow, my flexibility's improved. You know, I'm losing weight. I'm so happy. Things are changing, and I was like, this is it, yoga. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And after that, I just kept going. You know, I kept going. And I was at a yoga studio. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I was practicing, and this guy comes in, world yoga champion. And I'm like, what the heck's a world yoga champion? You know, like some of you think, yoga's not competitive. So I was watching this guy, and he was talking about his own personal story and how he, you know, came from a different place. And I was like, oh yeah, I relate to that. I've had a tough life. I haven't always been the popular hot guy, you know, so this is cool. Look at that guy. He looks like he's shining. I want to be like him. And so I heard about this yoga competition. And I'm like, what's a yoga competition? Yoga is like, and but I found out, oh, it's kind of like gymnastics. You know, like one person goes on stage, they give a demonstration like we give, not as much, okay, it's only 3 minutes. We gave like 12-minute demonstration. And then they go on stage, they do their yoga postures, and that's it, you know? And whoever has the best yoga postures, the most flexibility, the strongest body, not shaking the whole time, you know, the best grace, just like gymnastics, they win. Okay, so I go, and I try it out. I'm like, I'm gonna try this out. For the first time in my life, I feel like I'm healthy, like I can do something with myself. Never even played a game. Never participated in soccer or baseball or football or basketball. Did nothing. Track my whole life. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this out because now I feel good with my body. I tried it out and I placed last. You know, hey, that's not what it was about. I only went there because I wanted to finally, for once in my life, do something and be a part of something physical, you know? I grew up the whole time watching my twin brother, his name is Matthew, compete and he would play the whole football game. You know, like they wouldn't take him out because he was so good. And I grew up my whole life watching this, and so I was like, finally, I get a chance, and I don't care how I do, I just want to go, and I just want to do yoga on stage, and you know, look athletic next to all the strong buff guys, you know. I was still really chubby at this time. And so I did, placed last, oh, okay, whatever. Kept going. The following year, I was like, I want to be a little bit better. Okay, I did it. The guy who won that following year became world champion from Texas. I was like, wow, that could be me someday. So I kept going and going and going and going, and never wanting to win, just competing because, you know, my whole childhood, I couldn't, in my teenage years, I couldn't compete. It was fun, you know, I was hanging out with friends, I wasn't depressed. I was two of me. I was like her on me, together. And so, just kept going and going, and now 6.5 years later, I am the 5-time Texas champion, okay? 4-time USA champion, 3-time world champion. you know, this yoga, by practicing yoga, I learned so much. You know, I was never competing or participating to become the winner, to beat her, you know, to beat somebody else, like my body versus her body, or my mind versus her mind. This is not the spirit of the yoga championships. The yoga championships, the spirit of it is, this is who I am, this is how I've conquered my ego, my mind, and this is my yoga, this is my life. And so now I'm world champion with Yukari, and we're so fortunate to travel around and hang out with all you guys and, you know, have a good time. So what I've learned the most from this yoga, and the message I really want to share with you guys, is to have faith. Okay? Faith. Faith in yourself. You know, there's so many times out there when somebody may put you down. They might make fun of you. You might feel bad about yourself. You might think, oh, like maybe you're looking at us, I'm never gonna look like that, you know? Maybe I will never have that flexibility or that kind of strength or even that kind of smile, you know? But if you have faith in something, all things are possible. Have you heard that before? Yeah. If you have faith in something, all things are possible. So whether it's you wanna be a musician, or you wanna make straight A's, or you wanna be an all-star on your team, basketball or football, or you want to be a dancer, or you want to go and become a movie star, you know, whatever it is that you want in life, it is possible. And with faith in yourself, anything is possible. So that's the message I want to share with you guys today. And thank you so much for having us out. Okay.